Been a while, but we're back with another episode of This Week in Raid. Guys, finally he sleeps, back again. This Week in Raid took a little bit of a break over the holiday season, but I am back again, and we are taking a look at what's going on. We'll kind of skip over where we kind of left off. We went through the Yuletide program, that we had the Winter Festival, and the trio. We had, was it Krampus, Santa Claus, and Mrs. Claus, Lady Noel, Sir Nicholas, and Bells, whatever it was. It was the three Christmas champions. And all of the Titan event and the path and blah, blah, blah. A whole bunch of stuff was going on in December right up to New Year with that. And kind of normally what happens in these games is when it ends, when you have like this big build up to the holiday or the end of the year and it kind of comes to an end, it just ends. And when it does end, it ends pretty hard. And then you're kind of like, oh God, there was so much going on. What are we doing? Is there a new fusion? And it's just, there's always this really high mountain to climb. And then instead of a slope off the backside of the mountain, it is a fucking cliff. And we are like lemmings, and it's January is like off the cliff. And they're coming in with a bunch of stuff right now, which is fantastic. We have the new event dungeon that is coming. As you can see there in the middle, the coming soon. That's the wrong thing to move around. You can see that in the middle there, the coming soon. That is going to be the new dungeon. We had a dungeon there before when the Odin dungeon was involved, when we were dealing with Thor and all that whole promo that was going. And they've started to tease a brand new promo, and this was the original tweet that came out, and they showed that, and I jumped on right away as soon as I just happened to be on and saw it, and the mention of off with their heads. Some wild shenanigans are afoot in Teleria, wilder than usual. Even keep your ear to the ground and keep your eyes peeled. Something big is due to happen, and you want to keep your head when push comes to shove. So keep your head. And the keyhole with the checkerboard floor, obviously Allison, Wonderland. So Queen of Hearts, oh please make a badass Cheshire Cat as part of the Skinwalkers faction. I know we've got a lot of Skinwalkers, but can you imagine a Cheshire Cat character in the game? I would be all over that. So it looks like basically I think I was right at that point. Right out of the gate on December 30th, we're looking at a whole promo for Alice in Wonderland, and now they've released a teaser video that came out as part of this. And if you slow it down and look, you can see Alice across the top. This whole thing is supposed to drop next week. January 8th is when we're looking, and then they announced that there's going to be a new event dungeon, which is what we're just talking about. The skills on that boss are pretty wild, and it includes a brand new debuff called Death Brand. And what Death Brand does, it kind of marks you for block revive. So if they put a Death Brand, if the boss puts a Death Brand debuff on you, and it's a 2-turn debuff, if you die while that debuff is there, then it's a block revive and you cannot be resurrected. That is awesome. If we're getting some champions as part of this that have this skill, I'm all in. That is a really cool debuff. So we don't really know what's going on with the event dungeon, what's going to work and what's going to not work yet. But I'm expecting the event boss as part of that dungeon to probably be the Queen of Hearts. That's who it's going to be. What's going to work best? Don't know. We'll just have to see what this is. But there's the event dungeon boss skills, and then the rewards for this dungeon are going to be Pinpoint, which is perfect. Pinpoint was the same gear set that was available for Odin, and it was a fantastic gear set, especially if you're using it specifically for the added bonus of the speed. if anybody was paying attention, if you were able to earn enough of these ring, the amulet, and the banner, those three in combination there was enough to take your fastest champions and kind of bump their speed up a little bit. So the return of Pinpoint is fantastic. And I know a lot of people didn't go in hard enough the last time this dungeon was around to claim as many of these Pinpoint accessories and gear pieces as they could. And I mean, I've kind of fell short from time to time. I was like, well, you know, I want to do it. I just haven't gotten around to it. And I would wait till the Dungeon Divers was upon us and stuff, because it felt like we had a long time to do this. It was like a 6-week promo, and then you realize, well, now it's only a couple of weeks left, and you start farming it. But I think the second time of this coming around, I am definitely going to farm it a lot from the very beginning, because those Pinpoint pieces of gear, specifically the accessories, were and are fantastic. Let's see what else we have. A loyalty program as part of this. There's 5 new champions that are coming in with this new promo. Obviously, one's going to be the dungeon boss. We're expecting that to be the Queen of Hearts. There is going to be a 14-day loyalty program for a new login champ. And that login champ, the first 7 days, you'll be able to claim the champion. And then the second 7 days ends up giving you a 2-star soul for it. It's kind of the way it works with everything. And then there'll be additional rewards that unlock, but that's the 14-day loyalty program. So there's 2 champions. We're probably going to have the January Fusion be another champion, and then there will be a couple more champions that come into this as part of like progressive events or whatever. They'll be available through shards, and then probably some promotions that go along with it. But 5 new champions as part of this promo. And I think we're all excited. Everybody's expecting the Rabbit, the Queen of Hearts, Alice, maybe the Cheshire Cat, and we'll see. We'll see how this works out. 5 champions. I'm excited. That's a lot going on. The last bit of note is we have Siege this week. The following week is the Clan versus Clan, and I don't think there's going to be no, did they say? They haven't announced yet whether there's going to be personal rewards on Clan versus Clan, but that doesn't start until January 14th. All of this stuff comes next week, 5 days from now on the 8th, and then the 14th will be the Clan versus Clan. That is it. I am Finally He Sleeps. Appreciate you guys hanging out this week for This Week in Raid. Make sure you subscribe here on the channel. That way you never miss when any of these videos goes live. As long as you guys keep showing up, I'll keep making videos.